don't get me wrong, as a kid, I was a kid, so I really wasn't into them like that. But being a student of the game growing up, and I started reading and watching more footage on them, they were mimicking the stars they grew up on, which wasn't rap stars, all R&B, which was Funkadelic and Parliament, and then with all the crazy shit. So,
all them cats.
Yeah, so like, even though I didn't grow up a true Run DMC fan, I gotta thank them because now they brought the image to the niggas who was in my family, who till I saw outside. They looked just like the homie outside that just rolled by in the lag. Dookie wrote a fucking Adidas, black jeans, black everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's about whatever music and movement you pushing, you have to be relatable.
So
all the way down to the image. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you have to
like same thing with Young Thug. Like, okay, if you don't like his music, you don't like his antics, great. I don't get it. But like I told my homie, sooner or later somebody was gonna have to come out of ATL that was fashionably influenced by Andre 3000. We had to know it was coming sooner or later. It just came in the form of a tall ass trap nigga.
And that's Andre. I ignore all that fashion part and just hear the lyrics and like.
We all heard it.
He could have worn whatever the fuck.
You can't try it out. Like he was just saying, you know, they be talking about they gay or how people be like they're gay. Let me tell you something, man. If you're gonna wear Versace, Fendi, and all that designer, guess who designed that stuff, bro? They didn't design them clothes. And guess what? They designed them clothes for they love them.
Yeah.
For what they want to see a man in.
Not for
you know what I'm saying? They designed that for what they see a man in. And say what? We rock Fendi. We rock Gucci, we rock Louis. Say, man, get off the gas, bro. Because you better do your history. You know what I'm saying? And quit speaking out of context. Yeah.
He had that crush. He had like a crush on Tupac supposedly, and I think he himself would tailor Tupac's like outfits and shit like that.
And he made dresses for his sister.
He actually. Let me tell you what happened with Versace. When he put that shirt on Tupac, guess what happened? The prices of the Versace shirt went up.
Yeah.
When he put that shirt on Tupac, the prices of the Versace shirt went up.
Straight up.
Yeah. Here in Corpus, like I said, I've been there about 7-8 months. About the first 30 to 60 days, I kind of did my homework. I sat back, you know, I moved out here from Dallas, so I knew Lil Bree. And I kind of chopped it up with him. I was like, yo, what's going on? Who's who? What's what? What's going on where? And he kind of laid it out. I was like, look, this is this. It's split. So if you want to get out there, you want to get busy, this is kind of how you got to move. So I said, okay, cool. So this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
So I went out and I kind of did my due diligence, but I noticed there's a disconnect in terms, like we mentioned awareness, but it's also niggas ignoring the fact that something is going on.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, that goes back to if it's not you, then it doesn't exist.
That's a big thing.
Right.
You know what they go back to? What you just said? Niggas on their own dick.
Exactly.
Niggas on their own dick. You want everybody to purchase your shit, but you don't want to support nobody.
Well, I mean, everybody's like, you know, the world revolves around them. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And say, it's alright to think you nice.
And you think that's the artist himself being that way, or is it the culture now as artists? Like even the mainstream.
But
it's both.
Pretty much it goes like what I was saying. Like that's pretty much like if you're gonna call yourself the best, there ain't nothing wrong with calling yourself the best.
You're kind of supposed to.
You're supposed to, exactly. But pretty much that shit doesn't hold no weight unless the streets.
Unless somebody's co-signing it.
Exactly.
I've always said
and not just your family and your close friends. You know, people who don't even know you, never see you, and like this dude jams. You know what I'm saying?
I said on the post a while back that don't nobody know you but your friends and your homeboys. Them the only ones that's gonna co-sign.
And them your supporters. Them ain't fans.
And if you want the co-sign, it's gonna always have to be the street to give you the co-sign.
Right.
Cause I'm biased when it comes to my nigga. I ain't lying. You gonna tell? I don't care who it is, and we can be waxacious. I'm gonna still say you bring your crew, we're live. You know what I'm saying? But the streets will testify, man, them niggas bunk. You know what I mean? And that's who older, you know, when we stretch for these titles and reach for these titles, bro, you can say all you want, but the streets tell the truth, man.
But that's healthy competition.
Yeah.
That's healthy competition. Like
I think my city's scared of healthy competition.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just, but it also gets to a point where, like, if I'm competing with you,
I don't know nothing else, bro. Like, you know, within my own group. Right. If a nigga say Gotti Gang record is dope, that's because we was competing. We've been together 10+ years and mentally, emotionally, without saying it. When the beat on, nigga, and he's in that corner, and Green in that corner, and I'm rambling in that corner, we have each other in mind.
Yeah.
Even if it's, I can't let this nigga down. You know what I'm saying? Like, or this nigga already ate this bitch. Like,
And then,
how do I follow that?
I'm not in
Like,
competition with him. I'm just making sure that I bring to the table what he want me to bring to the table.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let him down. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let him down.
Yeah.
I'm not in competition.
But I ain't
with
gonna
my
get beat
homeboy.
up either.
yeah, it's a
I
sense of accountability,
Yeah.
man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think if niggas look at that the same way, if they have that already in their crew, look at corpus the same way. Feel accountable. You know what I'm saying? Like, some way, it's all right to rep your city, man. It's all right to show love to it just because we ain't known. You know what I'm saying? Like, it kills me. I know niggas personally who go out of town and won't rep it. You know what I'm saying? Like, get in front of the camera and won't rep it.
Do you
know what I'm saying?
Do you think that Corpus hangs on the back of Houston?
Too much. Not so much
At one
now.
point,
not so much
heavy,
now, but I
as
think
fuck.
I think
now
you
not
do
Evolved,
it.
bro. It evolved.
Yeah,
We had our time.
exactly.
Yeah.
We did.
We kind of turned into a melting pot because there ain't no fucking really two styles in Corpus. You're gonna
That
say,
you
well,
gonna
he
say
kind of
they
sounds like
sound
Nick,
like that.
or he sound like
That's what I'm
Meta,
saying.
or he
Everybody
sound like
kinda
Merc
like
because there's
got
nobody
the-
out
they
there
who they
doing
are.
that. Everybody's
Yeah.
kind of carving their own lanes now.
Yeah.
And that's what, you know, it's like a melting pot here. You know, we got
Social
the
media
best of
opened
everything,
up
I
the doors to
think.
a
And I've
lot
been saying
of
that shit for
artists.
years.
Oh, I wouldn't even.
I will say this. One of my first weekends out here, I went to Trade Center. I walked around the Trade Center just to kind of see how it was. You know, in Dallas we got Big T.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So same thing. So I walked up in there and I walked towards the back and I noticed it was a CD store and they was playing music. But I noticed it was C Shrugs on the screen.
Right.
I don't see Shrugs. So
Yeah.
Right.
like I said, he was on the screen. I was like, oh, okay. So they know what's going on down here. You know what I'm saying? So I was like,
You
okay.
can't miss it with nothing, man.
Exactly. So one of the things I did was did my due diligence, seeing who was who. I found out there was some shows going on. I pulled up with the shows. I ain't know nobody. I was just there. You see what I'm saying? And so I met little Chris Lee, and he was like, "Yo, good, what's good? I seen you on Twitter. I seen the LaVille you got. I'm gonna introduce you to some people."
Yeah.
And then boom, from there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a couple months later, I met Lil King. When he seen what I was on, he was just like, "Oh, okay, shit."
Right,
Shit, I saw you one night at CC Fridays, as a matter of fact. It was at the Heritage Park, I think you performed.
Okay, for Merc.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only time. It's the only time it's for Merc. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, it was pretty tight. I remember it, and then he spoke of you saying that y'all was, you know, thinking about doing all this shit too.
Yeah, man.
like,
We've
I heard
been
it
creating
before.
good energy, man. We've
Yeah.
been creating good energy, and that's one thing we want to continue.
I would like to see that
with everybody.
wave continue.
Yeah.
I would like to see people like really, literally put your ego to the side, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm gonna be like literally honest with y'all because this shit is deep to me, bro. I've been here from the jump of this music thing. I swear to God, bro. I've been here from the jump.
Yeah.
From the jump, the first dude started rapping, bro, and I watched from the jump to it is today, and I love it. I love it. It hurt me deep because I love rap in this city so much, man. These frivolous beasts, man.
Yeah.
And it's all ego.
Yeah.
And it's all right. Like I say once again, it's all right to be confident in yourself, man. Because if don't nobody believe in you, if you don't believe in you, who else is? You know what I'm saying? It's all right to be confident in yourself.
Yeah.
But your ego is so big that you won't work with somebody that can help you.
Yep.
Your ego is so big, you won't work with somebody that can take you to the next level.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because you might not like the way he talk.
Right.
Say,
Or
you might
like
not
it-
like the way he talk, but guess what? It's the goddamn truth, man.
But basically, like you said, basically, maybe because some shit that he posted on Facebook that you didn't agree with.
Right.
And
But I mean, like on that, like we were talking earlier
I think it's need more
about
music.
Dust. You know,
Need
Dust
more
is
music,
probably
too.
like one of the biggest artists to come out of Corpus that's,
Yeah.
you know, still alive. You know,
Dusty,
God
shout
bless
out
him
to
and shit,
Dusty,
but-
man, because
Yeah,
I'm
but
listen.
my point is that he's humble as fuck. Like when
And
we
he's
asked him to come
always-
on the cave, you know, I was kind of like maybe he might say no, but
No,
he was like
no,
yes
man.
in the cave,
He
scratching like it was at home.
He's
Like
always been that way, bro.
and-
I met Dusty.
He'll know,
he's
see,
very
he
I mean,
love
that's
the
what's
art.
up.
He appreciate
Exactly.
the
Yeah,
art because,
exactly.
man, you gotta realize, you ain't gonna, whatever you put into this thing right here is what you gonna get out, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It'll give back to you, but you got to like literally love it.
Yeah.
And that means, man, you got to grind for it. You
Yeah.
got to put in your work. You got to put in work for it, man. There's some shit that you got to be doing over there that you ain't gonna be able to do because this here's what counts. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's just, I can't go kick it with y'all tonight.
Yeah, man.
I'm in the
like,
studio, bro. You know what I'm saying? Look, you know,
I ain't gonna cut you off. I just want to ask y'all because, you know, y'all up and coming. I heard y'all say 5 years, 3 years, you know, like that. Like, what y'all learned so far? Like y'all biggest lesson on doing music or trying to do this shit since y'all been rapping so far?
Personally, for
Yeah.
me, most of my lessons have been the business side because I haven't really done the music. I've been kind of like I'm like the president of CC Friday, so I'm like the decision maker. So I try to put myself kind of behind everybody to make sure, because like personally I know Merc's a better rapper than I am.
Right.
Like I'm not hurt about it. It's not.
See, and that's why I asked this
that
question.
goes to what you said.
That's
It's about picking your
That's
role
why I asked
and running
like,
with it. If
We'll get
you're
on
not
that
the
one next.
face,
We'll get on that one
if you're not
next.
the face, you can always be the arm or the leg or
Exactly.
something to make that motherfucker move.
Say, man.
Sometimes you gotta play the
I
tambourine.
go
Hey, I swear, man. Go ahead.
What
Man. Like,
would be-
Yeah, Tony, my bad.
Well, I don't know. Really, it's just been, you know,